There's like a puppy party at our house right now.
Yeah, there is.
Puppy party.
Puppy party.
Woo, woo. Who wants a puppy party?
Fucking your kitchen did not.
God damn!
I don't know why your dog, Hank, taught my dog, Chip, how to splash water all over its belly from the bowl.
Mm-hmm. It's cool on their belly.
It's a disaster in my kitchen, though. And Hank does it so that it, like, splashes up to the ceiling. Like, it's impressive.
It's honestly, yeah.
Like, every part of the kitchen is a splash zone when that dog is thirsty.
Yeah.
Hey!
He doesn't do it at our house.
Who is that? Is that Hank?
It's gotta be Hank.
He's like, fuck, I want in there.
I heard you say my name.
I wish he would just sit in here with us.
I know, right? But he won't.
No,
he'll get into everything.
Oh, man, this whole place is like a china shop.
Yeah, and he is a bull.
Yeah, he will be a goddamn disaster.
He's like a caterpillar. He's like, or like a potato.
Those are two different things. Wait. Okay, I'm ready to listen.
Put on your listening ears.
Okay, you have my attention.
Okay, I was thinking caterpillar because he's like, I don't know, like an inchworm or something. Like he's from the top, he just looks like one shape, right? Yeah. And then I was like potato because he's like fatter than he is long now. Not really, but it looks like it.
Weird that you're going for body shape here.
That I'm judging my dog by body shape?
Well, I thought you were going to go for like he's just a spaz, and then you were like caterpillar, and I'm like, those are not destructive.
No, I guess
and potato definitely is not destructive at all, unless it's a hot potato.
Potatoes could be pretty destructive. You could put him in potato guns. He's a potato out of a potato gun.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Anyway, so if you guys are listening and there's a bunch of dog barking throughout this entire episode, I'm really sorry, but I legitimately have 6 dogs at my house today.
2 of them are mine.
Yeah, and I'm watching yours, and then I'm watching Darcy's 2 dogs, and then I have 2 dogs. That is 6 dogs.
And they're not small. None of them are small.
No, they're all massive, and there's no stopping their barking. So this is my public service announcement of I'm sorry.
PSA.
Yeah.
Is that your goddamn too? Is that you're watching 6 fucking dogs?
No, I actually don't mind it. I have a different goddamn. You ready for it?
Yes.
So you know how I'm the gross one?
Uh-huh.
And I have a history of eating terrible things in Bombay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, something bad happened. Bad happened.
What?
It's not my fault. This is not my fault.
I don't go with you one time.
I was going to tell it to you in the order in which it happened to me, but I don't really know. So here's how I found out. How about that? Yesterday, we got back from Bombay really early in the morning, and my oldest son had a soccer game at 10 a.m. So that's how early we left. We left at like 6 in the morning to get to his soccer game at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I was the only one who did not toss all my cookies and who was able to drive and still surviving because I have been bred for Bombay. Like, I know how to make it the next day.
Push through.
Yep. So we get to the game in time. I luckily got to squeeze in like a quick shower, like the quickest shower I ever took.
Yeah.
But at least I washed off Bombay. And then I'm sitting at the game and I'm so hungry and we have a bag of goldfish and I'm just fucking getting down on these goldfish. Give it to my baby boy too because he's hungry and he loves goldfish. And I'm eating the goldfish. He had stopped by this point. He's watching fucking the phone or whatever. And I'm eating the goldfish and I pull out a hair out of my mouth. And it's like the size of my kid's hair. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of gross, but whatever. And then I keep going.
Stop.
Aaron, I keep going. And
Stop.
I pull out what looks like a pube. It had to be a pube. There's no other. It was that shape, you know? You know the kind of hair.
Yeah, it's real thick.
And I was like, that's suspicious as fuck. That's not normal. And then I look in the bag, and there's so much dirt and, like, dust bunnies and hairballs.
Why?
And
Was it a trash bag?
I almost threw up. Well, the night before, Lee was smashed, and I had the goldfish in the bed because I was like, you know the rules.
Yeah.
You got to put some food on the belly before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And I was getting down on him, and I think he, like, pulled the blankets back or something, and the goldfish flew everywhere.
No.
Motherfucker put the goldfish back in the bag from the floor.
No.
Yes, Aaron, he did. Who does that? What kind of psycho does that?
What house were you at?
The animal house.
No.
In the Heaven's Gate room.
No.
Aaron, I'm not okay.
No.
I almost threw up.
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
And then I chewed Lee out so bad. I was like, why the fuck would you put him back in there? And he was like, I was drunk. I'm like, yeah, but like toss him in the trash or something. Like, why would you put him back in the bag and then put the bag back with our shit?
In the car, like, we got to bring all this home.
Oh my God. And I was so excited because it was in the trunk of the car. And I was like, oh, good. Thank God we have something to eat. Yeah. I ate somebody else's pube. It has to be a pube. Either that or armpit hair or something. It was
Stacey.
And it even had like the follicle at the end.
Stop.
You know, like when it's like the white thing at the end. I don't know, but it was all under the bed and shit that I helped him scoop up the goldfish too, but I like threw my shit in the trash.
Oh my God.
He was pretty drunk.
Oh my God.
I wish I would have known.
Yeah. That's not good.
I'm not okay. I almost threw up. My mother-in-law was sitting next to me when I realized what had happened. And I was like, I'm going to puke. And she's like, oh, that's so gross. And I'm like, no, I literally might puke. Like, I was already hungover and shit.
Yeah.
Mixing somebody else's random ass pube and like the dust bunnies from the floor of a place that is like atomic wasteland.
At least it wasn't intentional on your part.
No.
Honestly,
Yeah.
You know, you weren't like, fuck yeah, floor goldfish.
No, I would not. That is where I draw the line. I would not eat
that-
anything off the floor purposely out there.
You realize the crickets landed on the floor.
But it took an ice bath first.
Okay. That kills everything?
That was not one of my sounder decisions. But like if
Okay.
I dropped something on the floor, I wouldn't be like, let me just continue eating this apple. Just rinse it off. It's like gone. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat the pizza crust that touched the tables there. But for some reason I would in Vegas. You know what? I don't know if I would.
I don't know.
It's not good though. How gross is that?
That's
There was a
pretty fucking
full ass
gross.
fucking dust bunny. Like a gray ball of dust.
That is so disgusting.
And so many hairs. Like, it's a miracle I ate that many before finding two. And the first one, I was even like, that's really gross, but it's probably just my kids.
Yeah.
And he was literally in my lap with his head, like, by my mouth. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
You could have just munched it right off.
Yeah. No, it was somebody else's hair. The pube got me, though, because I was like, no, this is not familiar.
This isn't, my kids don't have these yet.
Nobody in my family has these ones. Not good.
Oh, God.
Not good.
Oh,
Not a
God.
good look. Yeah. I may or may not have had somebody else's pube. For sure, body hair.
What if
in
you
my
get
mouth.
genital crabs in your mouth?
I mean, I gotta think
Or
that
an
it's been there for
STD.
so long that nothing's alive.
Does stuff die like that?
I think so.
Like chlamydia?
Yeah,
Or
like,
like
it's
a
gotta die
genital
eventually,
warts?
right?
I don't know. How
Pretty
long has it
sure.
been there? The night before?
Has to have been longer. It was under the bed. I'm just assuming. I don't really know where it came from. I'm telling myself anything that I have to feel better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some penicillin stat, guys.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
I have some antibiotics.
I might need it. This
Oh my
just happened
God.
yesterday, so the jury's still out on if I'm gonna live. Super gross, right?
Yeah.
I'm not okay, guys. I'm
Oh
not
my
okay.
God.
I'm not okay.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're probably harboring a lot of little fucking,
Parasites?
yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Body
Mm-mm.
fugitives. It's not.
I don't also, this is something that like, I think normally if I didn't have a podcast, it would have happened and I would have told no one.
Yeah. But since you have an audience of 1,000 people,
I'm like, guess what I fucking did? How horrifying.
how horrifying.
Ugh.
That is gross.
I hope they were clean body hairs.
Yeah. You know how everything in Bombay is really clean? I think it's
Yeah.
like that. They were fine. Everything's fine.
Especially like an armpit hair.
Ugh.
Like I want it to be an armpit hair more than any other hair.
Yeah.
Maybe a nipple hair.
Oh, a nipple hair sounds
That would have
clean.
been a wild nipple hair. It was long.
Well, the 80s is making a comeback.
Yeah.
70s?
I guess.
What-
I don't
what era
know.
was that?
I'm
Fucking
hoping
Burt
it was
Reynolds?
an armpit hair. But even then, I don't know if that's better out there because you're sweating all the time.
Maybe
I'm
it's a
not
leg
quite
hair.
sure which kind of hair I want it to be. But it was 100% a pube. It was kinky as fuck.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah, it was wiry
Oh, no.
in my mouth.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
can we talk about something else before I vomit?
Yeah, so my goddamn, I'm sorry that you went through that, and I'm sorry for all of your mental fucking strife.
It's okay. I'll make it through. I go to
That's-
therapy.
Yeah. Are you going to tell her?
No, this is the last time I'll speak of it.
That's smart. That's
It's like
smart.
to forget it ever happened.
To the grave, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably fine.
Those goldfish might still be in the back of my car.
That
They
is-
need to go in the trash.
Yeah, those need to go now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to look back in the bag.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah. Okay, give me your goddamn.
So my goddamn is really boring, same as last time, is that I'm leaving fucking tomorrow, though.
You deserve this vacation so bad.
I want to be so excited about it. And like in theory, I'm super excited. But in reality, I think I'm so stressed out that I literally made myself sick today. Like I just
Yeah.
I don't feel good.
Ugh.
And I
Like
don't
you're just
know.
not ready. You need a break from life.
I do.
Even fun parts of life.
Even fun parts. I've been packing for 2 days.
Oh,
and
God.
Thank God we're leaving on like a Monday. So then I have
Yeah.
all weekend to pack and like just do this.
Yeah, you have some downtime before.
Yeah.
Well, by downtime, like you just said, you're not at work, so you can get
Yeah,
shit
I'm not
done.
at work, so I can actually focus on doing other things, but like getting the house ready and like the fucking animals and all that kind of shit. So you're here watching my fucking dogs while you're watching someone else's dogs.
I don't
and
care.
you have your own dogs.
I'm for it.
I gave my baths so they're clean at least for, well, they were.
You don't need to. They're going to be covered in weird shit by the time
Yeah.
you get them back.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. Yours were, apparently. Who knew? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know. I have no idea. I did. Lee was literally like, there's something like she might have a sore on her neck or something. And I was like, really? And I looked at it. I'm like, well, I'll give her a bath later.
Yeah, give her a bath.
She doesn't mind, so I don't care.
Breaks apart. I hope it does. I don't know what that
It's
was.
probably just drool or something. Like they play all the time. Hank drools like a monster. She
Yeah.
probably rolled in the dirt and it made it mud or something. I
Yeah.
really am not worried.
I hope it's that. Either way,
I'm just thankful
I'm-
you watch my dogs. I don't give a shit. She'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope so. But I'm just, I don't know.
You're falling apart. But
I'm
I hope
falling
you
apart.
come back so relaxed.
I will. I probably will.
I hope so.
It's going to be fine.
Everything is great.
Everything is going to be fine. We're staying near the back of the boat.
So you won't back into any mountains?
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
that.
know the rules.
I don't
about-
either. I told Brandon, like, well, I mean, if it, like, Titanic's on us, we have, like, a 50-50 shot of not being the side that goes in first, you know? Like,
I guess, instead of the middle.
yeah, yeah.
Is that a thing for cruise ships? Do they crash a lot?
No, I think
Sink?
I think you'd hear about it.
Yeah, I only know of one that sank. And that's because the pilot was an idiot or whatever.
Yeah,
the
yeah, back in
captain.
the day. Yeah, and by back in the day, I mean it was like 8 years ago maybe. And then just recently, like during COVID, like right before COVID maybe, all the fucking bathrooms on board didn't work and nobody had like fresh water. There was like a whole fucking...
Oh, like you were... Oh, because
Kerfuffle.
they made everybody stay on board?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
that was
that.
something different.
It
You're
was
not
like
going to have to
a
deal
month
with that.
or something out at sea. I don't know. It was fucking weird.
Oh, I would come get you in a dinghy.
Oh, thank you.
Like, I'm sure I could rent one of those.
Right? Do you think that they allowed like people with boats to like... I'm going to get mine though. I'm going to get my friend off.
What are they going to do? Chase you? Like, thank God.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Help me get off of this.
I don't know.
Let me get in your boat that you're chasing me with.
It should be fun though.
Yeah, you're going to have a blast.
Yeah. I'm
so-
excited. And
I'm
my
so
kid is
excited
super
for you.
fucking pumped. The other one doesn't really understand what's going on. But
Yeah, that makes it so much more fun, though, when they love it, too.
yeah,
You know?
he's so excited. He's like, when are we going to go on the big boat? I'm like,
Aw.
tomorrow. They're just taking everything in me to just get us there.
Yeah, like, let's just get there. And then you're going to be like, let's lay on the bed for a minute. And they're going to be like, I want to see the water.
And it's going
'Cause
to
it
be
looks like-
nonstop.
Yeah.
But every day I'm promised a nap from my kid. So
Good. You'll
hopefully-
get a nap. You'll
Hopefully
have
that
plenty of
happens.
drinks.
I'm
I'm
It'll
sure
be fun.
somebody will smuggle something on board that you could partake in.
Somebody.
Zing.
Zing.
How exciting.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I'm
super
really
excited.
sad that I'm not going to be able to, like, text you. Like, I'm still going to, but,
Yeah.
like, I'm not expecting a response back.
Yeah, I don't know how that all works on
Do you have
cruises.
roaming? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'll text you if I can.
Okay, good.
see
We
it.
can email. Maybe, do you have Wi-Fi everywhere?
I don't know.
Do you have my email address?
I do.
Okay. We'll communicate via email.
Do you have your pager?
I mean, we could just use the podcast email, too.
Right? It's just write drafts.
Yeah. Like, check the drafts every now and then.
Oh, man.
Or just send them to
excited.
yourself, but, like, it'll still pop up because
Yeah.
I could see what you sent. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't. Yeah, if you
think,
sent
yeah,
it to,
it
like,
would.
ISGD.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it would still pop up
It's
there.
a genius plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm pretty excited and also nervous and terrified and stressed, and I'm definitely forgetting stuff. But I'm like, it's like a whole fucking thing. Like, I don't need to bring any food. They have fucking endless food. I'm going to gain so much weight.
Yes. Love it.
So excited for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what
Do
is
it.
it? Fucking 2 a.m. You want tacos? Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah, you do. You want pizza? Go get it.
It better be, like, the best goddamn taco bar ever.
I hope so.
What if it's, like, gross tacos? I don't think that's possible.
White people tacos?
I love white people tacos, though.
Yeah.
Not the same kind of taco. If you say taco bar, I'm not expecting white people tacos, but I still wouldn't be sad. I'd be like, that's pretty good too.
I mean, it's just a different.
But like, what if it's like the
Vibe.
chewy meat?
Oh, no. No, I think they're supposed to be really good with food. Like,
Because it's the
cruises.
only thing to look forward to.
Yeah, it's like the only thing you're paying for.
Yeah. Oh my God. It'd be so sad if I was stuck on a boat with shitty ass food.
Yeah.
When we went to Jamaica for our honeymoon, the food was good, but it wasn't like stellar because it was all inclusive.
Yeah.
It wasn't like soup. I got tired of it. Like, I don't want pizza again. I don't want whatever. Because it's like 3 things in each, quote, restaurant.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I was like, I just want a fucking can of Pringles and ice water because there's no ice out there.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah. Well, it's so hot, everything melts.
That's the point of the ice, to make it fucking cold.
Oh, but it made it just like room temperature because it was so hot.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. By the time I got on the airplane, I was like, all I want is ice water. And I got a cup of ice water. And then Lee like turned and spilled all of my ice water in my lap. And I didn't get the ice water. I was so mad. I was like, we just fucking got married and I want to kill you. This is not good.
You are so close.
This is not good.
Should have fucking left him in Jamaica.
All right. Well, goddamn.
Goddamn.
Have fun.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. Are you ready for my case this week, Erin?
I am.
Okay, good. Because you should be. If you weren't, I would tell it to you anyway.
Oh, yeah. To my unwilling ears.
Yes. And you just have to deal about it. Deal about it. Deal with it. So this week, I'm going to tell you about Denise Hollowell.
Hollowell?
Hollowell.
All right.
In July of 2019, Denise Hollowell worked as a teacher in Marion County in Inverness, Florida.
I think we just witnessed her have a stroke.
I don't know why I wanted to say Colorado so bad.
Inverness.
That was such a weird reaction.
That was good.
Florida.
Got it.
She was a mother of 2 adopted children, one who was Carlos Hollowell, and he was 17 in 2019, and Angel, who was 15.
Aw, look at her.
I know.
That's so nice.
She adopted Carlos when he was 4 from Guatemala, and for the majority of his childhood, he had an excellent life. He was a really good kid in school and all of that stuff, until about the age of 11, when he started to experiment with drugs and alcohol.
11?
I know, that's super young, right?
Damn.
Her second son, Angel, he was adopted from Honduras, and allegedly he had a bit of a troubled childhood. And this caused Denise problems on and off. But just something to mention here is that Denise, her best friend, says that Denise told her that the reason she wanted to adopt Angel is so that Carlos would have a big brother experience. So it wasn't so much that she wanted another son, but that she wanted Carlos to have a younger brother.
Okay.
Kind of interesting, but okay.
Yeah.
You know,
weird reasoning.
Just something to keep in mind. Yeah. Like even her best friend was like, is that a good reason to have a son?
To have a whole ass person?
Yeah, that you shouldn't actually love him.
Yeah, like
Which maybe she did, but
maybe she did, but
Yeah.
like you should want him, I think.
Yeah, like a weird way
I think
to
our
say
friend Sarah said that. I was like, oh, but your kid will be like a, single kid or whatever if you don't have another one. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, we like it for our kids to play with each other. And she was like, I'm not going to have another kid for him. And I was like, that's a really good answer.
that. Yeah.
I'm sorry for saying that.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that out loud.
Yeah, the fact that you put it that way, I'm like, yeah, that's dumb.
I don't know why I felt that way. So Angel started to have trouble like as soon as he joined the home, and he started to misbehave, and Denise was really disappointed that Carlos wasn't getting that experience that she had hoped for.
So how old was Angel when she adopted him?
I don't know, but Carlos was 4 when she adopted him. I don't know when she adopted Angel. In 2016, at the age of 12, Angel ends up running away from home. And I believe that Denise called the police to help find her son. Like, hey, my 12-year-old fucking ran away. Can you help find him?
Yeah.
And they eventually do. And when they return Angel to the home, they're horrified to find his living conditions because Angel's room had like a deadbolt on the door. And when you opened the door, there was an inflatable mattress on the floor with a bucket for him to pee and poo in.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? And the window leading to the outside was all boarded up from the outside. So literally it was a way to trap Angel in the house.
That's scary.
That's super scary.
And I believe it's pronounced abuse.
Yes, indeed. Yes, child abuse.
Yeah.
So caseworkers get involved, obviously, and they talk to Angel.
Also, fucking brave of her to call the police if you're keeping your kid like that.
I know, right? So this is kind of like...
You don't think they're going to talk to him when they bring him back?
I don't know. Like, did she think it was normal?
Yeah.
Because they speak to Angel, and he explains that Denise was very verbally and physically abusive to him. When questioned about it, Denise said that she kept his room that way because he was always running away and getting into trouble, and so she was trying to keep him safe, like trying to lock him in. She says that she would sleep on the floor outside of his bedroom so that he couldn't sneak out every night.
I thought the deadbolt would do that.
Yeah, I guess. Well, maybe she used to do that and then got the deadbolt because she's like, man, I'm tired of sleeping on the floor. It sounds like she didn't know how to handle Angel.
What about the air mattress, though?
Or what about the toilet? Yeah, like you can buy him a mattress.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what her excuse was for the air mattress. And then the bucket. She was like, well, that was just in case, like, he didn't make it to the bathroom in time. Like, what do you
Just
mean?
in
Because you
case-
didn't unlock the fucking door?
Yeah, just in case he can't leave his prison cell.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
So she was immediately arrested for child abuse and
Good.
sent to jail. Mhm.
Yeah.
The whole time this was going on, Carlos always stood by his mother, claiming that Angel was the troubled kid who actually abused them and would, like, hit his mom, and that she was trying to protect him. Yeah, and that Denise was actually a really great mother. So, like, Angel's spinning this story to make mom look bad. Like, you need to look at Angel more.
Yeah. How is Carlos's room kept?
I don't know, but I'm assuming not that bad because it didn't get addressed in the articles.
Yeah.
Carlos even attempts to help his mom make bail. Like, that's how much behind his mom he is.
Jeez.
And Angel and Carlos eventually both become a ward of the state, and they're placed in foster homes. And I think
Okay.
they're separated. I'm not really sure.
Well, at that point, I mean, you're kind of against each other anyway, so. it
Yeah,
doesn't
right?
matter.
Like, maybe not a good idea to share the same home.
Yeah.
Evidently, while in foster care, Angel continued to cause issues, even with his, like,
New.
foster parents.
Yeah.
And Denise's defense attorney was able to use her journals. I guess she was, like, an avid journalist. And she would keep a day-by-day record of, like, the abuse that Angel did to her or what he had done that day or whatever. And so her defense attorney was able to use that as evidence. And luckily for her, this got her all of her charges dropped.
What?
Yeah. They were like, there's no way that she fucking was lying in her journal. I don't know why they would
Gone
say,
Girl
like,
did it.
I know. Like, I don't really understand how they proved this other than maybe that Angel also was still misbehaving. So they're like, you know what? Chances
It's kinda
are.
plausible.
Yeah. Like, she's not a great mother. She shouldn't have done that. But also,
This
he
could have been a
needs help.
last-ditch effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't know how I feel about it all, but that's where we're at in the story, okay?
Yeah.
That's great. She gets out, whatever. All of her charges are dropped, and she goes home.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was that she was a teacher, like I said at the very beginning.
So she's dealing with children all the time.
Exactly. And all of these allegations of abuse traveled around the neighborhood quickly, and
Yeah.
her work told her basically, like, you can't come back.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to resign.
Yes, exactly. So about 5 months after this, she ends up getting Carlos back in her custody, but Angel still lives in foster care. She's like, but I don't want that one back. I want Carlos back.
Yeah, listen, we're done here.
Yeah, like, you got me in a lot of trouble.
You got me in a lot of trouble.
Right?
Bitch.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, okay, but he was still a kid.
Yeah, maybe she didn't say that. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
yeah.
But yeah. Like, maybe you shouldn't even have Carlos. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe this isn't.
a healthy household.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. But you're right.
Speculating.
Yeah. But you know about the air mattress? I had an air mattress for a while. But I wonder if everybody else had an air mattress in the house too. Because it wasn't like I only had the air mattress.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like
remember,
we moved.
I remember going to a friend's house and she had an air mattress. But I think it was because they had just moved into that house or something. Like,
Yeah.
her dad also had like a bed frame built, or he was building a bed or something. So they had the bed frame, and then the air mattress was just inside the bed frame.
That's nice.
Like, this is where the bed will go.
yeah, eventually. You sleep here.
It was essentially just like a guinea pig corral.
Oh, I
That's
like
what
it.
Felt
I would
like.
sleep in that. It feels so cozy.
It was pretty cozy. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
So, Angel lives in foster care, and Carlos and Denise, they said that they lived in fear that Angel might harm them.
Like he was going to come looking
back.
for him.
Mm-hmm, because he knows where they live.
Yeah.
Life goes on like this for 4 years, and it's just Denise and Carlos living together, and they're afraid of Angel.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time that Carlos starts to heavily get involved with drugs, and he starts to act out and do bad things.
Okay.
Now, I guess there was always a lot of cars pulling in and out of the driveway because he was basically selling drugs. So, maybe not the cleanest of all characters.
Yeah.
Now it's January of 2019, and Carlos ends up getting expelled from his high school, and he was able to keep it a secret from Denise until May. Like, he was just pretending to go to school.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. I'm pretty sure, like, May is the year you graduate, right?
June.
May, June. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's probably had, like, listen, I gotta tell you something.
He's like, hey, by the way,
yeah, oopsie.
you don't have to buy that dress for my graduation.
yeah, like, I didn't make it.
Because I'm not gonna.
I can't go to prom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when Denise finds out, she was super upset because, like I said, he used to be such a good student and everything.
Yeah.
And she was a teacher.
Yeah.
And now he's just kind of fucking jacking shit up. And she's like, this isn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
So around
This
the
wasn't
same time.
according to plan.
Yeah, exactly. Now, around the same time, weird things start to happen around the neighborhood. So one neighbor reports that her cat was cut in half.
Nope. Don't like that.
Yeah. And left on her lawn.
What the fuck?
But that there was no blood. Like the cat was drained of blood.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fucking weird. Also, another instance, she had chickens, and one of the chickens was
Same neighbor?
Yeah, same neighbor had chickens, and one of the chickens was left on her front porch where it lay totally fucking mutilated, and it had the claw of a hammer sticking out of its body.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And in retrospect, she's like, I don't know why I didn't call the cops. Like, these are all creepy things. But she was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, somebody's fucking around with my animals.
That's terrifying.
I would be like,
that's a sign.
Let's change some locks.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Let's get some security cameras.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
At least.
Right? Okay.
It's 2019.
It's 2019. We got some concerns, girl.
Bitch, you could get a ring. Like,
I don't know, but even because you can listen to her being interviewed, and she's like, I don't know why I did. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't get the cops involved sooner, because that is weird.
yeah.
All right, so
Some escalation.
now it's July 13th, 2019.
Okay.
Carlos and Denise, they go to a family friend's funeral, and when they get home, they both lay down to take a nap.
Okay.
Eventually, Carlos is woken up by the family dogs, and when he goes into his mother's room, he finds her laying in the bed on her side, gasping for air, covered in blood, with an axe protruding from her head.
What?
Yeah, that's a way to wake up, huh? Carlos runs outside and he makes a frantic 911 call. And when the paramedics arrive, they find Denise laying on her bed, and the axe is buried 3/4 of the way into her head. Do you know how far that is? That's the whole fucking axe is in her head. 3/4 of it.
3/4 of her head.
3/4 of the way into her head.
Ugh.
So 3/4 of the axe is in her head.
Yeah.
That's a critical hit if I ever heard one.
That is a, oh my.
Just playing off of the last episode's title.
Oh my God.
So they attempt to do CPR on her.
Okay.
What?
I mean, I'm going to let you finish.
Okay.
I'm going to let you finish. But I'm real suspicious of Carlos here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
I am.
So they attempt to do CPR on her, but the axe kept preventing them from laying her on her back. So
Yeah.
none of the compressions were actually effective. And so she ends up dying.
Oh my God, how horrifying is that?
I know. So they perform an autopsy, but it's determined that the axe is the reason for death.
Oh,
Yeah, there was nothing else.
shocking.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely suspicious. So I'm sure that's why they performed the autopsy. Let's just make sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we're dealing with a definite homicide here.
Yeah.
So as they start to process the crime scene, they notice that there's no real signs of forced entry. So it must have been someone the family knew or somebody who had access to the home. Police start to talk to Carlos, and they ask him if they know of anybody who would want to harm her. And he explains that his younger brother, Angel, who hadn't been home in 4 years and had a rough relationship with Denise, is somebody who could potentially harm her. He has a history of this. For sure, go check out Angel. If anybody,
History of axing people?
of violence. Because remember, he's saying Angel was the one physically abusing her, not Denise.
Yeah, yeah.
And Angel has the troubled past and everything, so you need to go check him out.
But he's an angel.
Yeah, maybe. Police obviously look at Angel as their main suspect, and they start to check into his backgrounds and everything. But they find out that he was actually incarcerated at the time of Denise's murder for some theft. So he couldn't have been the killer.
Yeah.
So they set their focus back on Carlos because he's the only other one that was in the home, right?
Yeah.
In the recent months, Carlos and Denise's relationship had started to become strained. This is
On
what they
account of
learned.
He wasn't
Going
fucking
to
graduating.
school. Yeah. He was no longer acting as her perfect little son. He was dealing and stealing drugs, dealing and selling. I don't know if he was stealing, but doing drugs, getting into trouble. He got kicked out of school, so she had been pretty upset with him.
Yeah.
Also, Carlos legit was the only other person in the home, so obviously, right?
Yeah. Suspect number one.
Yeah, his alibi is that he slept through the murder.
And axing.
Yeah.
And then didn't notice when someone ran out of the house, potentially, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
And locked everything back up.
Dogs woke him up? Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have woken up when the dogs barked when somebody came in? I have some questions.
Or when someone was like, no, don't. Stop. Axe. Ah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Can you imagine just sleeping and getting axed?
No, that sounds terrible.
Oh, that would suck. I can't even handle getting kicked by my kid, and I wake up so pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Is that an axe?
That's not even an axe.
No. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Now, police also discover that around the same time, Carlos had wrecked a pickup truck in a suicide attempt.
Oh.
So things were not good for Carlos.
Yeah.
And in May of 2019, the same time, so it's 2 months prior to Denise's murder and the same time that she finds out that he's not going to graduate, she kicks Carlos out of the house and he was forced to stay with some family friends. It was then that the family friends learned how horrible Denise was treating Carlos.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because of course he wasn't any angel himself, but she was pretty intense and verbally abusive according to
Carlos.
According to Carlos and her friends, or like the people who took, the family friends who took Carlos in, they witnessed and recorded her talking to him. And she was just asking really weird things. She was demanding Carlos to pay for the truck that he wrecked in his suicide attempt. And the family friend was like, dude, he tried to kill himself. Like, maybe give him a little grace.
You have a little bit of bigger problems.
Yeah, and like he doesn't have a job, so like where do you expect him to get this money from?
You're just making him want to kill himself more.
Yeah, he's 16, like have a little bit. But I also understand in the mom's role being like, get your fucking shit together if you're going to survive in this world.
Yeah.
You need to learn your shit, but like you got to have some more grace for like a suicide attempt. You can't be like that.
If you try to kill yourself, you're not going to be like, well, now guess what? More shit piled on.
Yeah.
Or at least you shouldn't. Wait a few months, you know?
Yeah, and everything was about money with her. Like, you owe me this. You owe me for the phone bill. And her friend's like, he's a child.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Carlos had told them everything, and then Denise had showed up and basically proved to the family friends, like, what Carlos was saying.
Yeah.
However you want to take that. Carlos was also being a little shit, for the record.
Yeah, he got expelled and he was doing
yeah.
drugs and all this kind of stuff. But also...
Sounds toxic.
I get that he's a child,
but
so, like, his cognitive fucking decision-making and shit is not necessarily up to par. But you can't axe somebody.
No, you can't. After Carlos's suicide attempt, he was actually diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and he was given medicine, and his life really started to turn around.
Good.
This was actually during the time that he was living with the family friends that everything started to look better. Like when he wasn't with Denise, he was doing well.
Yeah.
Eventually, it got to the point where Carlos was considering moving back in with his mom, and he faced her with like an ultimatum. Like, I will move in if you sign this contract of all of these things that you will do and not do. And on that list of demands was, I need a reliable car, reliable housing, and basic living expenses. And he demanded that this note be notarized. Like this contract, literally a contract to come live with you. And Denise did it. She was like, yes. But it's kind of sad that like your 16-year-old is like,
I don't trust you to be a parent.
Yeah. But also I'd be like, fuck off. Like as a parent?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sign that shit. But she did.
It sounds pretty fucked up both ways. Like she's teaching him
this
kind of toxic
the whole
behavior
thing
too.
Is just crazy. Yeah. On June 12th of 2019, he moves back in with his mother, and he also stopped taking his meds.
Not supposed to do that.
Nope. And then the neighbors claim that they often heard him and Denise having very loud arguments. So it was definitely toxic for both of them to live in that house together.
Yeah.
Denise started to worry that Carlos was going to hurt her, and she asked one of her friends to make sure to take care of her dogs if anything happened. So red flag.
Yeah.
And she started to show up with like scrapes and bruises on her body, and friends would ask her, like, did Carlos hit you or something? And she would always deny it. So now he's turning into a man, you know?
Yeah.
And now he's starting to like attack back on his quote abuser is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
She even showed up with a broken wrist and a concussion one time, and friends were like, what the fuck? Like, this is going too far. For sure that was Carlos. And she still continued to deny it and everything and would not admit that he was beating her up.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that's so sad. But then you got to think, is she fighting back? Like, is he doing that out of protection? I don't know. Not to say, like, not to victim blame or anything here, but, like, it just sounds...
Yeah.
I've said it, like, 8 times. It sounds like a bad situation.
Bad combination.
Like, maybe don't hang out together.
Yeah, like, it sounds like he should have never moved back in. And if she's afraid or something, then she should go fucking break one of the rules that was notarized and be like, sorry, broke the contract, you gotta go.
Yeah, or, like, go get him institutionalized or something.
Or get him back on his meds.
Yeah.
And then get yourself therapy so that you know how to deal with it. Like,
yeah, so sad. So after Denise's murder, Her close friend and neighbor ended up taking in Carlos. And basically everyone was worried that Carlos had actually murdered his mother, but they didn't know for sure.
Yeah. I would be wary to be that close friend.
Yes. I think that first he went to his girlfriend's house and the girlfriend's parents were like, nah, man, like for sure you did that shit. You're not getting anywhere near my daughter. In fact, you guys are no longer dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like good on them. And then this friend, obviously, it'd be like if your son did something and I had to take him in or like suspected of something and I'd still like, I love him. Come here. But she,
like we're cool though, right?
yeah, but she was so scared she slept with wasp spray by her bed because she was that
Wasp spray?
afraid. Wasps nests.
Wasp spray?
By her bed.
Yeah. You don't want to pick up something a little stronger?
That shit is good.
Against the murderer?
Like bear spray.
Yeah. Or like
wasp spray
a
would work in a
taser.
pinch.
I don't know. Pepper spray.
Maybe that's all she had.
You can go to the store.
Yeah, but maybe it was like on a whim. They just showed up and she's like, all right, but I'm sleeping with a wasp spray by my bed.
That's some shit your aunt would have done. Like, don't worry though, I got this.
Yeah, I know, right? Some shit I would do. Well, I saw. I'll get him right in the eyes.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That shit'll burn for a solid 2 seconds and I'll make my great escape.
Don't worry, I have this. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want anything else?
I'll disinfect your ass so quickly. Fuck those eyes. Also, people noticed that Carlos didn't seem to have much remorse for the death of his mother, and he was interested more in what he was going to inherit when he turned 18. So he would like tell all his friends, like, my mom's got some land and like fucking somewhere in the Carolinas, one of those Carolinas, something like that, and he can't wait to get that land, and that's where he's going to go live. And the story of the night of his mom's murder kept changing when he would talk to his friends about it. At first, he tells his friends that the only evidence police found was a rubber glove at the scene. And he went into like great detail about this glove, saying that alcohol was used to wash away the fingerprints or the evidence inside of the glove, and that the glove wasn't even his glove size. And the friend's like, cool, that's a lot of detail. Like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? Like, that's kind of weird. It wasn't
anyway,
even my
man,
size.
can I bum a smoke?
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, yeah, they found footprints in her room, but they weren't his footprints. Like, oh, they found footprints, but they're not my footprints. He kept like piling on more things that they're going to find or that they would find, but then would be like, but it's not mine. It's not mine. Another suspicious piece of evidence was when he was asked about security cameras on the property. Carlos had mentioned there was only one security camera and that it hadn't worked in a while. But when police went to go check on it, they saw all these plugs laying around for like 3 other cameras around the same area. And you could literally see dust spots on the shelf of where those cameras had been sitting. And there were 3 other ones that were missing.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're like, what the fuck, man? That's suspicious.
Yeah.
How convenient that only one is left.
Yeah. The one that doesn't work.
Also, my God, that's a lot of cameras for one area.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Like, spread them out.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe they're all pointed in different directions. Yeah. They go to Denise's cell phone records, and they're going to check out that data to see, like, what else they can find about that night. And they find that the last ping on her phone hits outside of the house by the lake that they lived at, and the last signal right before it goes dead is just like a bunch of different signals. Like the phone was in the water. People looked at that and they were like, that's what happens when your phone goes in the water.
Oh.
So they send a dive team out to the lake to go look for her phone.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck did her phone end up out here? That's suspicious.
Yeah.
They do so, and they uncover Denise's cell phone as well as the 3 security cameras in the lake, and they weren't even in deep water. They were like literally on the shore of the lake. Like somebody just chucked them and didn't even chuck them that far. And they were all together.
Oh my God.
They weren't really able to uncover any real solid photographic evidence from the water damage to the cameras, but they were able to get a timeline based off of her phone activity. Records show that at 3:12 p.m., her phone was plugged into the charger and then unplugged at 3:45. Then at 6:18, her phone activity went berserk, and that's when it was thrown into the lake. So this lines up to his 911 call. And they check out Carlos's phone data because he had called around 6-ish, whatever. So they check his phone data and they find that he was actively using his phone the entire time after they had gone to the funeral. Now, I don't know if that means like he was on social media or if he had just been listening to music or what, but that his phone was never idle. So he did not actually take a nap.
He wasn't asleep?
He was not asleep. And his phone actually captured every step that he took and the location that he was during her murder.
Oh, my God.
And his phone pings him right by the lake when her phone was thrown in the water at the same time that he called 911. So when he was frantic on 911, he was standing by the lake chucking the evidence in the water.
Oh, my God.
He had just done the murdering, right? And he's acting all surprised, right? Okay, so the police are like, hey, man, what the fuck's up with all this? Like, it looks like you did it. And he's like, nope, that's fucking shocking. Definitely wasn't me. He denies everything.
Yeah.
And
Remember that glove you guys found?
Yeah, wasn't even my size.
Yeah.
You know?
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
That's what I heard before once.
That's what I always say.
Uh-huh. When they confront him with the digital evidence proving that his phone was at the lake during the time that he called 911, he started to change his story a little bit.
He's like, oh, wait, that lake?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I walk by that lake when I need to calm down.
Yeah, like after I see my mom with an axe in her head. He says that he had thrown the videos, or whatever, the video camera, and his mom's cell phone in the lake because he was afraid and freaked out after her death. Like, I wasn't acting normal.
Afraid of what?
Yeah, exactly. But police were like, bullshit.
Yeah.
And eventually, Carlos starts to talk.
Yeah.
He says that he and his mom had a rocky relationship recently, obviously, and that Denise had recently found out that Carlos wanted to go to a trade school instead of a 4-year college that Denise had wanted him to go to.
Good for him.
And she was super upset about this. And she told him she's not going to pay for his college. So they get into an argument, and Carlos goes outside because he's pissed, right?
Yeah.
And so he steps outside and
walk it off.
I guess whenever he was mad, he would go chop wood. So he takes the axe, he's sharpening the axe, and he starts chopping the wood. As he's chopping the wood, he says he gets thirsty, and he goes inside to get a glass of water. And while inside, his rage just takes over him, and he takes the axe, and he runs into his mom's room, and then he says he loses all memory of what happens, and he doesn't actually remember killing her, but that he must have. Police take this as a full fucking confession. Like, okay, yeah, now we know what happened to them, and they charge him with murder.
Yeah.
He obviously pleads not guilty and claims that ever since he had been expelled from school, Denise became strict and overbearing and all this other shit.
Well,
Yeah.
she's trying to keep you in line. You
Get
got
your
expelled
shit
from
together.
school.
Yeah. You can't just fucking murder somebody. His defense argued that because of his like extensive drug abuse at such a young age and like his past, whatever, you know, being adopted at the age of 4 and all of that stuff, like you don't know if he had
Some traumas.
Yeah, exactly. So they're saying that this impacted his brain development, and so that perhaps he was not mentally aware of the crimes he was committing when he committed them.
Okay.
Also not being on his medicine and all this other shit. The prosecution paints a different picture where Carlos murders Denise in an attempt to inherit several properties that she owns. So it's all like, you know, I'm going to go live on my own, take my mom's shit, and do my best thing.
Yeah, yeah.
In the fall of 2021... Carlos was sentenced to first-degree murder. He was given life in prison. I guess he wasn't eligible for death because he was a minor at the time that he committed the murder.
Makes sense.
And he can appeal in 25 years or some shit like that because he's a minor.
Okay.
Or he was a minor when this happened.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. So homie just tripped and murdered his mom with an axe.
Jesus.
Tried to blame it on his adopted brother.
Who's like living his best life with someone else now.
Robbing shit.
Maybe. I guess he's robbing shit.
Still doing bad things, but not
he's
that bad.
incarcerated.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But it makes me feel bad because not to victim blame here, but like, you know, Denise sounds like maybe not the best mom.
Yeah. It's hard.
Being a mom is hard as fuck.
Being a mom is hard.
Nobody deserves to get axed. Literally.
Well, I can't say nobody. But also...
That's an interesting turn on that I did not expect you to take.
Can't say nobody deserves to get axed. I mean,
Well-
there's that. But this circumstance, this particular thing...
Pretty intense.
That's a little intense. Like, you fucked up.
How do you
got
feel-
yourself expelled from school.
How do you feel about Angel's living conditions?
That makes me really sad. And it makes me think that she may or may not have been an abuser herself.
Yes.
And that's just kind of...
A bad combination.
It's a bad combination.
I guess also she would say, and her friends like attest to this, she would say to Carlos, like, you're lucky I adopted you. You'd still be waiting in line with everybody else to get here, to like get it, like come into the U.S. or something. I don't know, like trying to belittle him.
Ew.
I know. That breaks my heart for
That
the
breaks
kid.
my heart for the child.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
He's a kid.
Maybe prison is a little bit better for him right now. Like some sort of stability.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay for school. So
Yeah.
he can get like his degree and stuff.
Yeah,
or
he can go to
get a
that trade school.
Yeah. That fucking sucks, man.
Oh, man.
That's a really shitty situation all the way around.
Yeah, but also he was like, I just fucking blacked out. Like, I don't remember it. So that makes me wonder, like, you know, did he have some sort of mental issue and
Well, he
it's not
did, they
taken
said.
care of? Yeah, obviously he had bipolar.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my story.
So,
Isn't that lovely?
yeah.
So if you want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com. And while you're there, please join our Patreon. Come support your favorite podcast. For as little as $1, you get one extra episode every month. And if you want to come hang out with us on social media, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Our handle is at isgdpodcast. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com or snail mail us at...
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
By the way, I think there's something in the P.O. box, but we're not going to get it till you come back from your cruise.
Oh, do you want the key?
I'm probably not. Oh, I'll be down there.
Once.
Nah, it's okay. You keep it.
All right.
We'll just do it next because we're not recording again until you get back.
Yeah.
So we'll do that on that one.
Okay, that works.
Yay!
Yay!
So thank you, everybody who's sending shit. I'm so excited. And with that, oh, wait, should we talk about it being our, like, podiversary?
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, we should have done that on the last one that's coming out today. But, like,
Yeah.
here you go. 4 fucking years.
4 goddamn years.
Thanks to everyone for hanging out with us for that long.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We
We love
appreciate you
you.
guys so fucking much. And thanks for coming on this journey with us.
Yeah. Here's to 4 more years. Cheers.
4 more years.
Boop, boop, boop. Bye, guys.
Bye.